In this video, we'll focus on how to analyze the day from numbers to a real word. So you can see right now, we have here the day and we use the weekday to analyze that this is number 2. And we remember that number 2 equals Tuesday. However, if you are reporting to someone else, they might not know exactly what is number 2 or what day that is. Probably they have a suggestion or an indication. However, it should be a full word. You should be able to see Tuesday instead of number 2. So let's start with that. And how can we do that? So for this, we can use the VLOOKUP. The VLOOKUP is one of the most used tools in Excel, and it's probably one of the best tools ever in Excel to quickly analyze data. So how to do that? To do that, we do need some basic information, and that is of course a list of all the days. So let's make that first. So we're going to make a column here besides, and in here we just put in here number 1, and in here we'll put in Monday. So what we want to do now is we want to select this, and then we're going to drag this down. You can see here now we have a column that says 1 stands for Monday, 2 Tuesday, 3 Wednesday, up till Sunday. So now we have this. Now we need the day. Now we need to use the VLOOKUP function to get this day to understand that that is a Tuesday. Alright, so in here, I'll just put in here down. We'll just copy the exact row here, and then we'll say here VLOOKUP day. So what we start to do is now, first, let's open the VLOOKUP function. We type in VLOOKUP, and let's search here. So we can see here the formula builder. We have all the information in here. So the first one is, what is the value? So you can find here, alright, the value here, the lookup value. So what is the value that we want to analyze? In this case, the value is the day number, which is number 2. Secondly, say, alright, what is the table array, or what is the table that we need to select? So we have to select here this entire table because we want to analyze both of this. Please note that if you have more values in here, make sure that the day, this value here, should be in the first row or first column. If you don't do that, you will have an issue. And so it will not work. So that's why I always make sure that the lookup value that we want is always in the first row, so that Excel can analyze the remaining matching data. So now we have the following. So now we'll say, alright, which column do we need? In this case, we need column number 2. And finally, there's an option here for range lookup. So this is default set on false, so you can leave it. But if you need that, then you can put in number 1. So what does this really mean? The default version will search for the exact match. And that's mostly, probably 99% of the time you'll use that. For a range lookup, you will search for values that is the closest nearby and is in range. So for example, if you want to search for 1.5 up to 2.0 and your value is 1.55, it will search in that range. However, not needed in this case. So we're done here. We click on done, and there you are. Now we have Tuesday here as value. So it will understand this. So imagine, let's add in something more here. Let's insert a new value. So we're going to extend this column here, and you'll see that this will change a little bit. So let's change this, and we'll say here, this is apple, and this is orange, and this is kiwi, banana, pear, grape, and melon. So you can see now what happens. The value moves to this column here. So even if you would have not related information, so now you need to select this, but it's between here, that's fine. So all you have to do here is to match this. We say instead of column 2, it's column 3, if you understand. So what will happen if you would move this to the center and you move this information to the first column? Then you will notice that this will start to create a conflict. So I'll just copy this and paste in here. And then I'll say here 1 up till 7. Nope. Up till 7. And now you see there's some slight conflict. It is trying to search the value in the first row, but it doesn't work. Although the information is on the second row, however, it cannot find it. It will have some issues here. So if we just check here our formula, we select it. But if we then move this row here, now it still has an issue because we have not the matching column. So let's close the column to 2 columns, and then it works again. So it is very, very important that your information, yes, that the table array and the lookup value should be on the first column. If not, you will have an issue. And that's really what you can do with VLOOKUP. In the next video, I will go more deeper with VLOOKUP and we'll do some more testing with all the products here. So if you're interested in this and you would like to know more about how to use Excel, just check out my Udemy courses. Go down to the link below and click on it and you will see many different courses at a special rate.